Yo, what's up, guys? It's the Realist Rant Man YouTube channel here, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about why you shouldn't fear death. Now, whether we like it or not, right? We're all gonna die, right? I'm pretty sure you can agree with that, right? No, we're all gonna die, right? This is why I can't respect parents, right? Because when you get old, even if you live a good life now, right? I will admit, my life isn't great. Just from my genetics alone, just from the fact that I'm autistic, right? I have OCD, potentially a borderline personality disorder, potentially. I think I might have some mild uh BPD, right? Just from dealing with a narcissistic mum and a potentially covert narcissistic dad. Now, obviously, I'm not a psychologist, right? I'm not a fucking expert, right? Because I'm not. You know, I only know small amounts. I mean, I suppose I'm a narcissist. Who fucking knows, right? I don't think I am, but maybe I am. I don't know. I've questioned it a lot before, definitely. Which, from what I've heard, doesn't necessarily make you a narcissist. It's hard to say. I think most people are narcissists, but most. But yeah, I've always grown up living in fear. You know, until recently, before becoming an anti-nihilist, before becoming black-pilled. Well, I've been black-pilled for a while, to be fair. But the more longer I've become black-pilled, the more I realise how fucked this world is, right? How pointless it is participating in it. How there is, I don't know, there just isn't any point in bothering taking it seriously. Like, I can't take life seriously. But yeah, it's good. You know, I mean, it's good. It's scary, you know, knowing the fact that you're going to die one day and things aren't, and that you're just going to be disappearing. You know, I hate life. You know, I hate life. But the fear of dying is scary. Because once you're dead, you're dead. You know, you don't feel any pain. You know, like once you're dead, you are dead. You can't feel any pain. All the trauma, all the suffering, all the needs and wants that the stupid human brain requires is gone. It's diminished, right? But yet, we as a society fear that. But why? Why do we fear it? Like, like, you see it all the time. Now, I saw a post, and I guess I'm shouting him out. I can't remember his name. I think it was Shay Seahawk. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his full name. I think he's subscribed to my channel, and he's in one of the discords I'm in. But he posted something about this guy being saved from committing suicide. Now, most people would think, "Oh, that's so great. That's so great." You know, that's so great. You saved someone's life. But is it though? You don't know what that person went through. Do you want that person to keep going through the same shit that they were going that you know what I mean? Like, do you want them to keep suffering? Do you want them, you know what I mean? Like, if this person wants to take themselves out, they've got every right to. That this is why euthanasia should be legalized ASAP in all countries. Because it's unfair to have someone who's woken up to the bullshit that is life. It's unfair to have someone with mental health issues. It's unfair to have someone who's had physical health issues to the point where they can barely get by in life. Hell, it's even unfair for anyone, for that matter, to be kept alive by force. You know, our dumbass parents forced us into this world for some hedonism, all for us to suffer, and yet somehow we're expected to stay in this world, even if we don't want to. We've got every right to leave this world. And so many people just want to say, oh, life's a gift, life is worth living, life is what you make it, keep going. And don't get me wrong, I have had people who've said they wanted to commit suicide, and it is awful to see. I know a couple of people who say that they want to kill themselves every day. I'm not going to say who. I mean, they're cool people, and you know, and I don't want them to kill themselves. But if they do, I'm not going to try and stop them, as horrible as it sounds, because I can't blame them. You know, they shouldn't have to, no one should have to keep living because society tells you to. You know, like the other day, they keep holding back. They keep holding back the law to give euthanasia in Canada, which is ridiculous. You know, they know that if they legalise euthanasia, tons and tons and tons of people will commit suicide. They will choose that option. You know, I might consider that option one day. Not right now, because my life hasn't gone complete shit yet. But I do feel like it's heading that way. But no one should have to deal with... No one should have to deal with the life. Deal with the shit that life imposes. Oh, shit. No one should have to deal with that. And yet, all we ever hear is, life is a gift. You know what I mean? I can't really explain much more, to be honest. You know? It's hard to really say. But, yeah, like, a good thing that nihilism preaches is, and Stoicism as well, is it's like, fuck life. Fuck it. Do what the hell you want. Do whatever you can to your best capability. You know what I mean? Like, fuck having to go to college. Fuck having to go to university, right? To get a degree and be put in tons of debt. Screw going and getting a 9-to-5 job. You know, live that van life, you know, where you live in a van. Live it, you know what I mean? Don't, if you want to, of course. You know what I mean? This is the problem when you fear death, is you actually just make yourself worse. You just make yourself more depressed. Because you're constantly worrying that if you don't do this, don't do that, that one day you're going to fail and you're not going to get to where you want. But when you just do what you want to do in your own capabilities and your own advantages, which ain't many, at least for me isn't anyway, because I'm fucking useless and worthless, is you realise that life isn't as hard as it needs to be. Now, life is shit. Life is fucking shit, right? It's awful, right? I don't enjoy life. You know, you're like, life isn't fun. It's hard, you know. But I do feel like with society and the restrictions they place on you to look a certain way, to act a certain way, to dress a certain way, who fucking cares in the day? Because we're all gonna die. You know, it's the whole argument with Kurt Cobain. You know, like this whole, you know, this is the fucking thing that I hate about modern society when it comes to young men. The reason why I become black-pilled was because I hated being a virgin, right? I still do now. Well, I don't hate it now. I just hate the fact that my dick don't work like it used to, and the fact that, you know, that I know that even if I do attempt to date, I'm too ugly to find someone attractive, right? Or even find someone average looking. Because all the girls I've ever had, you know, other than maybe one, they were all ugly, right? And last time I had a girlfriend was 14. Well, 13 actually, and then she dumped me when we were both 14. She had just turned 14. I was 14 for a month because I was a year older than her. A year older than her? A month older than her. But I think, fuck it, who cares? Who cares if you don't get no bitches? You're gonna die, you're gonna get fucked in the end anyway. You know what I mean? Like, who cares if you impress your parents? This is the problem when you just get scared of death, or you you care too much about what others think, is you never actually achieve what you want to do, and then you look back in your life and you realize that you didn't do enough. You didn't do good enough for yourself. You know, that's why I went to the gym, because I was so scared of death that I was going to die alone. I was going to die a virgin. So I went to the gym to bulk up, to look buff and shit, to look more sexually attractive to women, and it failed. So that's why I quit. Because I wasn't getting what I wanted, and to stick up against bullies, which I still failed at doing, because I was still a weak-ass pussy. He couldn't stick up for himself. Because I had a dad who didn't teach me anything, right? That's why I don't like my dad. Even though he's willing to teach me to driving, I guess. Still doesn't mean I have to like him, though, as I said in my last video. But, yeah, I just don't see the point of being scared of death, because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. You know, if you die tomorrow, you won't have to go through any of the life's problems. You won't have to go through any of the suffering. You won't have to go through any of the trauma, all the needs, all the wants that your stupid human brain has gone through or is requiring. But on the other hand, if you live to your old age, that means you have time to, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, life is shit anyway. You know, I'm black-pilled. I'm just saying that we shouldn't be scared of death, because it's pointless. It ain't going to do anything for you. Right? That's what I'm realizing now. That's why I'm trying to enjoy the most of what I can right now. Because I know one day I'm going to have to work a shitty job and life's going to become horrendous. I'm not going to have all the time in the world to talk to my mates on Discord anymore, because most of them live in America. I'm not going to have the freedom that I had. It's you know what I mean? I'm going to have a lot less freedom when I get a job. Or even when I move into assisted living, even before I get a job. So I'm trying to make the most out of it now. Even though life's still hard, I'm still sleep deprived, still not getting morning wood, still feeling sluggish all the time, still feeling worthless. You know, still having to play by my dad's and my stepmom's rules, although they've kind of eased off a little bit, to be honest, in the last few days. You know, things I suppose aren't too bad, but they could be worse, but you know what I mean? But at the same time, I realise that it ain't going to matter. It doesn't matter anyway. All I know is that each day that passes by, I'm closer to my death. And that's all that matters, you know, is that I won't have to go, one day I won't have to go through this suffering. I won't have to deal with all these wants, wanting relationships. I'm more just wanting sex, to be honest. Maybe a relationship with an anti-natalist woman. Like an anti-natalist woman, that would be nice. You know what I mean? Like, I would definitely be in a relationship with an anti-natalist woman. Definitely. Who doesn't believe in marriage or kids. But unfortunately, to find a decent woman like that is so fucking rare. Let alone if she even fancies you back, which is very unlikely, because look at me. But it doesn't really matter anyway, because, as I said, I'm going to die. You know, so death's inevitable, so it's pointless being scared of it, because it's going to happen, whether you like it or not. And it ain't going to be nice majority of the time. So you have to prepare yourself. You have to... Now, I'm not saying go and kill yourself. I'm not saying go do something stupid. I'm just saying that if something bad's happened in your life, realise that it will pass. You kind of have to act stoic about it. You know, you just have no choice. Obviously, you've got a right to complain. You've got a right to hate on your parents. I hate my parents, bro. Can't stand them. You know, who does? Anyone who has an IQ above 120 would realise that bringing a kid into this world is a fucking awful idea. And I'm not a fucking genius, but I mean, come on. It only takes 2 + 2 logic to realise that bringing a kid into this world is fucked up. But yeah, the reason why you shouldn't fear death is because you're going to die anyway. Do what you need to do, and yeah, and have a good day, and peace.